Right now at 6, Trump's travel ban sends shockwaves throughout the country. How the ripple effects are being felt here in the islands. Plus, the latest developments as the president takes actions against the U.S. Attorney General.
And these aren't rookie numbers. Hawaii's hotel industry saw a record turnout. What played the biggest role in the tourist overload?
Plus, the Boy Scouts breaking down barriers. The longtime youth organization makes a historic change to policy, now allowing transgender scouts.
You're watching KITV Island News at 6.
2 men behind bars suspected of robbing a taxi driver at gunpoint. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yenji Denise.
And I'm Mike Cherry. The whole thing was caught on camera. This is surveillance video from Charlie's Taxi. The robbery happened outside a Safeway on Pali Highway on Friday, January 13th. Police records show CeeLo Woods and Prince buses were arrested around 2 weeks later. Both suspects are charged with first-degree robbery. They're being held on $50,000 bail each. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for Wednesday.
Fallout from President Donald Trump's travel ban is stirring up controversy at the University of Hawaii.
Yeah, the executive order bans citizens from 7 predominantly Muslim countries from entering the United States. Moani Kela-Nabarro joining us live from the newsroom as fears continue to build, Moani. Meanwhile, former President Barack Obama says he fundamentally disagrees with discrimination that targets people based on their religion. The statement alluded to President Trump's temporary ban on refugees from several Muslim-majority countries. A spokesperson for Obama says the former president is heartened by the amount of engagement being seen across the country. This is the first time that Obama is weighing in on a political issue since leaving office January 20th. And Kauai officials are advising beachgoers to stay out of waters on the North Shore due to high surf conditions. That includes beaches from the Hanalei Pavilion to Ke'e Beach. Lifeguards reported waves up to 25 feet and rising. Ooh, all that big surf out there, you can expect it also in the East Shores.
Let's get
A fatal fire in Ewa earlier this month was intentionally set. That's according to the Honolulu Fire Department. 24-year-old Neil Gibbs was killed in that fire. It started in his bedroom early on the morning of January 7th. Fire investigators have transferred the case to Honolulu Police. 4 other people made it out of the house safely. The Democratic Party of Hawaii is standing up for Standing Rock. They're part of a growing list of local organizations closing their accounts with First Hawaiian Bank over its ties with the Dakota Access Pipeline. First Hawaiian's major shareholder has reportedly invested over $400 million into the project, a move which local protesters say disrespects Native American land and contradicts Hawaii's commitment to 100% renewable energy. The Democratic Party of Hawaii hopes their withdrawal will get others to join the community's clean energy goals.
This pipeline.
In response, First Hawaiian Bank announced it does not support the Dakota Access Pipeline and has no control over its shareholders' actions.
Still ahead tonight, an inspiring story of courage and determination.
Yeah, he lost his sight fighting in Iraq. How one wounded warrior looks for redemption on the slopes.
You're watching KITV Island News at 6.
Welcome back. Improvements to the Honoko'au Small Boat Harbor are underway on the Big Island. The Mauka boat ramp will be closed for the next 3 months while construction is underway. The $500,000 project includes the removal and replacement of the concrete loading docks. It's expected to be completed March 30th. It's humpback whale season here in Hawaii, and conditions over the weekend were perfect for sighting them. 7 new whales were spotted between 10 and 10:15 during an ocean count Saturday morning. That data collected from 48 sites within the Humpback Whale National Marine Sanctuary. More than 500 volunteers helped with the count from the shores on Oahu, Kauai, and the Big Island. Volunteers also saw green sea turtles, spinner dolphins, seabirds, and even a Hawaiian monk seal. The count is conducted 3 times a year during peak whale season.
Okay, sometimes when you're trying to lose weight, it's not a matter of how much you eat, but how many how many meals, and how often. If you pay attention to that, or you've even considered fasting, you're not alone. This story is for you.
Yeah, now top heart doctors offer some real advice on how you should be eating. ABC's Dr. Timothy Johnson has more.
The most important thing they say is that Americans need to develop a more intentional approach to their eating, and that is something all of us can chew on. With this Medical Minute, I'm Dr. Timothy Johnson.
So we need an intentional approach, basically calories in, calories out. No
so
matter how we
sad.
try to spin it, it's always the same.
Some of those calories are so delicious, though.
After the break, Jordan will have the full island weather forecast.
And later, the Hokulea shines a light on the Galapagos, while the crew considers the island's struggles a warning for our planet. Okay, so Friday, Saturday looks pretty hazy.
It does.
Is that locked in stone right now?
At this point, it does. Timing might be a bit off, but we are looking at this upcoming weekend to be a bit humid and some haze in the sky. So.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Jordan. Time to talk sports now with Robert Kekala.
Indeed, in the view of many of us, it is immoral.
Members of the Congress took to the Supreme Court to also protest Trump's controversial policy. Among that crowd, members of Hawaii's congressional delegation, Senators Mazie Hirono and Brian Schatz, along with Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, joined others on the steps of the Supreme Court. Protesters also poured into the street from Canada to Israel. Meanwhile, Trump is defending his order, which upended decades of U.S. immigration policy. A federal judge issued a stay stopping the Trump administration from sending home the refugees and immigrants who had been detained. Meanwhile, Trump today fired Acting Attorney General Sally Yates after she announced she would not defend his immigration order. Trump is naming Dana Boente, U.S. Attorney General for the Eastern District of Virginia, to serve in her place. And firing of Acting Attorney General Sally Yates has you very vocal on our Facebook page. Denise Sherrill writes, "Bye-bye, Sally. If you can't do a nonpartisan job, you should not be allowed to do the job." While Bettina Shear counters, she is an attorney who's required to uphold the law and Constitution of the United States, not become a lemming of an ill-equipped leader who has an off-with-their-head mentality. Meanwhile, Ken Anama states, this is seeing our Constitution in action against the POTUS. This is a great reason to start reading up the intricacies of our Constitution. It seems the founders were way ahead of their time. I want to know what you have to say about this story and many others that we have online. Log on to our Facebook page and tell us what you think. Yunji.
You've heard of homes built out of wood, brick, even shipping containers, but have you ever heard of one built out of tires?
Yeah, well, meet Jimmy Carter of Missouri. He's building a house made of about 1,000 tires. That's right. Those tires, he also got them for free because most tire shops have to pay money to get rid of them. Carter started building the 3,200 square foot home in July, and so far he's built the foundation by packing the tires with dirt. Yet tires are not light. This is what the finished product will look like. No tires in sight because the front will be covered by rock. Carter hopes to be done in the next 4 years.
Oh, that's
pretty ambitious.
Kind of a long time, though. He should
To
get
be
some
building-
help.
Oh, man.
4 years.
Especially with all those tires, and now you have to lift rocks. Unreal.
But good. Yep, he's going out to have that beer. He lugged 90 pounds of coins to the
God.
Transit Authority, where without counting, they accepted that payment in full.
Wait, but don't you have to like wrap them, or can you just go, here you go? That's everything.
Just garbage bags.
I think there's rules about how you pay it with the pennies.
Right. I thought it was
90
almost
pounds.
mandatory that you had to go and get those little paper things and fill each one
Yeah,
in.
maybe, I think only if you're giving them to the bank.
Oh, okay.
You know?
These guys.
If not, that's oh
On the other
man.
side, though, I know he's like
That is a
sticking
very
it to
good
the
revenge
man,
story.
but if you're the person who's actually having to accept that, and
Right.
then you've
Not
got to
fair.
spill all
It's
that.
not that
Not
person's
fair at
fault,
all,
right?
right?
I just want to know what's the